Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want. I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't.
For the life of me, I don't understand why people put their personal, especially super duper famous people, put all of their business on podcasts and on the internet. It's not smart. I don't understand why you give strangers that much access to your personal life. And I know and I understand that younger people call it, oh, being vulnerable, getting in touch with your fan base, getting in touch with everyday people, but it's at the expense of your marriage. It's at the expense of your peace. And I think Ayesha Curry has been the victim of this ever since her husband started winning championships. Because now people are taking a peek into your personal life and offering their opinions on something that they don't even know about. We just know about the surface of what's going on with Ayesha Curry and Stephen Curry. It's probably so many layers and nuances that we have not dove into, that we don't need to, quite frankly. And that's where I'm coming with this. There is no need for us to know about the personal, intimate moments inside your marriage. No matter what sector you're talking about, none of that should be exposed to the public. Um, but with that being said, I think that people are being unfair to Ayesha Curry a little bit. It's like they're expecting her not to be human. And with these celebrity relationships, more often so with the woman, we forget that these people are human and that they had dreams and aspirations before we knew them. And before Steph Curry knew her, she had these dreams and aspirations. I looked a little bit at the pod. I wasn't gonna spend much time on that podcast. I couldn't take a lot of that. But I did listen to what she had to say. And she was doing a modeling thing when she was a kid. She said that she was always on set. She was acting. She was doing a ton of stuff before she met Steph Curry. And a lot of people like, well, you should have known what you signed up for, and la la la. And yeah, it's some truth to that for sure. You know what you sign up for when you marry the person who you are, in terms of, okay, this person is in basketball. He has you come on, they talked about him going to the NBA, or she said she thought that he was going to be a pastor or a coach or something like that. But come on, y'all. Like, that he had dreams of, and he's always been the underdog too. So yeah, the NBA was probably a long shot for him, but not really. His daddy was in the NBA. Del Curry was a baller in the 90s. For the Hornets, and for, I think it was for the Toronto Raptors he played for. So I don't believe the notion that she didn't think, not for 1 second, that he was going to the NBA. Please, you can miss me with that shit. I'm sure when they were in college, and especially later on in his career, in his college career, when Davidson had that big run in a tournament, and then that's when we knew then for sure he was going to the NBA. So I don't believe that she didn't think that he was going to the league at all. You can miss me with that. And his brother's in the league too. Please, come on now. But here's the thing. Marriage isn't just about love, man. It's about sacrifice, partnership, and growth with each other. And I think that's what some people are missing with this. And why some people don't even want to be married, because they're not ready for that type of sacrifice, to sacrifice your livelihood, your dreams, your goals. Not for your husband, but more so for your kids. They got what, 4 or 5 kids now? And so the time that she has is devoted and dedicated to them. And I think that's where this energy should focus on, more away from Stephen Curry, but it's more about the kids. Look, one kid will take your entire budget and your entire day, your entire time, let alone, 4 or 5. And I think that's probably what she wasn't ready for, is the sacrifice that a mother makes and has to make for all of her kids, because you can't just pay special attention to one of them. You got to pay special attention to all of your kids. And sometimes this can affect not just mothers, but fathers too, both parents. The expectation or lack thereof, when it comes to how much actual time and nurturing and need that your kids need. So, but when the comments that she made, when they go viral, um, it can make marriage seem like it's something that traps people. And this is a conversation that I have oftentimes with my partner on Hustle and Shine in the morning. Dion, is like, that's the mind frame and the mindset that we got to get out of. And she calls it marriage propaganda. But marriage doesn't trap you or your individuality. It kind of shapes who you are as a good team player, as a person overall, as somebody who can be coached, and somebody who's supposed to be there to help somebody else. Like, it actually helps shape your character and who you're supposed to be, honestly. It helps shape who you are. You know what I'm saying? But it's like some people expect for Ayesha Curry to just, all right, her circumstance is she with a superstar, future Hall of Fame NBA player. She's supposed to be living this lavish life and taking care of the home and taking care of kids and taking care of him and this, that, and the third. And it's like, y'all don't want her to have no ambition? I don't know about y'all, but I never envisioned having not a bum for a wife, but like somebody who doesn't want to do anything. Like, you don't want your wife to be ambitious at all. Here's the thing that some people don't think about. Like, that could trickle down to your kids. So you don't want your kids to be ambitious. You don't want your kids to have dreams and goals. And people are misconstruing her comments and I think where she's going too. And it was good that I saw part of that podcast, because it gave me a little more perspective on her and what she was aiming for. But I don't think what she was aiming for and how she was saying her comments was that she regrets her family. I don't think that was it. I just think that she had an identity and goals before marriage, before kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people evolving. And what you want at 30 may not be the same thing as what you wanted at 20. Or the goals and dreams that you had in your 20s. Maybe, okay, you had a mindset of, I'm gonna put that on pause for now, and I'm gonna get back to it maybe when my kids get a little older, a little more established. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I'm confused on, like, why say this to all of us? Why? What good is gonna come out of this? Like, not every thought. This is might be me, maybe me being a little older, being a little more old school. But I just feel like not every thought needs to be on a podcast and for the world to hear. These kind of confessions can be easily, like just how they are right now, misinterpreted. Especially by young couples or people who don't know what the they talking about, or people who idolize celebrity marriages. Like, it could sway them into the wrong direction. So Aisha's situation is not like most women's either. And another reason why people need to calm down with their comments and try and get some perspective. She has the money, she has help, and some freedom to pursue her passion still, I think, especially a little later on when the kids get older. But that's why it's a little hard for the public to empathize too, though. People's situation is a little different, which is another reason why you shouldn't be listening to everybody, because they don't know, again, every single thing and every situation that's going on. Hell, we don't know how Steph Curry is. We don't know how their marriage is structured and set up. We don't know none of that. So I just say that instead of judging her, like, I feel like we all can acknowledge that it's okay to kind of miss the person who you were before, kind of still have those dreams, ambitions, and goals that you had, because you don't want that to die out. You don't want it to die down. I wouldn't want that for my wife. I wouldn't want her dreams and aspirations to die down just because she's married to me and we're going through this season right now. See, every season ain't permanent, man. Some things are here for a little bit and they go. Ayesha Curry is a human being, man. So she's allowed to have her dreams, but when your life inspires millions, though, your words matter. Your presence matters. So I just wish that more people would protect the sacred parts of marriage from the public, and stop having those private conversations become public conversations, because some things deserve that privacy, not podcasts.